Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Ballistic82 right here with another DVD. Yeah, I got some more DVDs here to show you, so let's get it started like this. The first movie I have here is, this is the second time I bought this movie. I sold it the first time, but for some reason I wanted to see it again, you know, and it's Coffee and Cigarettes, directed by Jim Jarmusch. And I kind of like the movie and I kind of hate it at the same time. I'm going more towards like, because the movie's not good if you sit and watch it all the way through. The movie's only really good if you watch it in pieces, because the movie can get real tedious and boring after a half hour watching it. Basically, the whole movie is just people sitting down, talking about nothing, smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee. The title of the movie is exactly what it is. And not all of them are good. Some of them are good. Like my favorite one, of course, is the one with Bill Murray, RZA and GZA, the Wu-Tang. And I really like the first one with Stephen Wright and Roberto Benigni. And there was one with Cate Blanchett that was really good. But there was a few other good ones. But it's a decent movie. You know, Netflix, if you know what I'm saying, if you have Netflix or something, if you haven't seen it before. But that's Coffee and Cigarettes. The next movie, I can't stop sweating. I just walked in the door. I went grocery shopping, so you know, I wanted to get an update out of the way before I do anything, you know. But next one is a Grindhouse releasing. I always wanted this one. It's Pieces, and I thought this movie is better than I thought it was gonna be. You know, I thought this movie was gonna be really trashy. It's trashy, but it's not as trashy as I thought it was gonna be. The movie is not as bloody as I thought it was gonna. It has its moments, but it's not as bad. But and it has like some really stupid lines. And I think, oh man, I'm trying to remember what line it was. He's the detective, you know, saying, he said there's a killer. Basically, the movie is a killer on this college campus, and the detective, you know, trying to solve this case, he says, I have a suspicion that the killer is on or around the campus. And I'm watching, I'm like, okay, good job. But I thought the movie was pretty cool, you know. I love the ending to this movie. Anybody who's seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. Movie, you know, I haven't watched any of the extras yet, but yeah, one of the greatest endings ever. Says Eli Roth right here. But next up is a movie I've seen in theaters, and everybody who haven't seen it yet, by the time you get to see this movie, you're gonna say, oh, it's overrated, it's overrated. I don't think this movie is overrated at all. And it's Slumdog Millionaire. Just about everybody, except for one person, that's T-Dog, who's seen this movie, you know, because I, you know what I'm saying, recommended it to him, said it was overrated. They said it was good, but overrated. I don't think so at all. This movie pretty much has everything that I look for, at least in, you know, a straightforward movie, you know. The movie's funny at times, the movie's touching, it's kind of a gangster movie, it's gritty, this movie's dope right here. If you haven't seen this, check it out. I mean, say what you want, this movie is good right here. Slumdog Millionaire, directed by Danny Boyle, and I'm really impressed by the dude, because his range is really, you know, his range is deep. He goes from Trainspotting, 28 Days Later, Millions, which is kind of a kids movie, Slumdog Millionaire, and I think he did that sci-fi movie, Sunshine, I think that's the name of it. Yeah, he's really good. Next up, I had to get it, you know, Grindhouse releasing Cat in the Brain, and it's a 2-disc, and it comes like with this nice, cool 3D type cover right there. And yeah, I thought this movie was cool. It's basically, it's directed by Lucio Fulci, and he stars in the movie also. And basically, most of the movie is pretty much clips from his previous movies, but that's not all it is. The movie is pretty much about, he's playing himself, a director, and he's pretty much disgusted what he's directing. Everything he sees, he incorporates it with stuff that he filmed like either that day or years before. Like if he goes into the woods, he hallucinates about a scene he did about somebody getting killed in the woods, or if he looks in a bathtub, he's thinking about a bathtub death scene, stuff like that, and it's really cool. I mean, I only watched it once, but it gets frustrating after a while, because if you've seen a lot of Fulci's movies, you're gonna get bored with the images, but if you get into the story, it's kind of interesting. But that's Cat in the Brain, one of the coolest covers ever, and yeah, I recommend that one. The next one, I actually like this movie a lot. I've seen this one in theaters, and I just thought it was real interesting. It's W, directed by Oliver Stone. It's not a great movie. I think some of the performances, like, I let T-Dog borrow this movie, and he says Tandy Newton's portrayal of Condoleezza Rice is really overdone. I totally agree. I think she's the problem with the movie. The movie is slow paced, but that's no problem. That I think it should be. The movie's funny at times, but Tandy Newton is the problem with this movie. Dreyfuss did good. Brolin did good. Cromwell did good. The movie, and I think it was a miscast to put on, what's her name? Elizabeth Banks as Laura Bush, but yeah, I think the movie's okay. Next one, I haven't watched all the way through yet, but it's Dead and Buried. I had the limited edition one, number 24,883, and from what I've seen of it, it seems pretty cool. I bought this because I thought the trailer for it was pretty cool. It was like with the poster card right there, and this is the movie that has like the scene where one of the killers, disguises herself as a nurse and sticks a needle through the dude's eye, and it's brutal. That scene is brutal. I can't stand anything doing with the eyes. I can take shots, but anything dealing with the eyes, I can't stand. Yeah. But that's Dead and Buried. What I've seen of it is real cool. And this is next one.
Okay. Come on, roll your windows down and turn the woofers up. New Yiddy City, get that liquor in your tinted cups. Picture me kicking this pretty, then remember the words. We keep it gritty like the greats at the edge of the curbs. Live and learn, live and legend.